Bullet Club.
Hello, welcome back to the channel. If you've heard this before, or welcome to the channel if this is your first time with us. This is Leanne Presents. I'm Alan, this is Leanne, and as you've already seen from the title card around about 10 seconds ago, these are our predictions for the forthcoming WWE PLE Elimination Chamber. That's a lot of letters just strung in a row. WWE PLE EC 25. Yeah, let's go! This obviously Elimination Chamber is one of the sort of larger events of the year, technically.
Yes.
Given the scale of the match and the implications of going forth to headline WrestleMania.
Yes.
Against the other
the
champion that isn't picked by the Royal Rumble winners.
The reject champion.
The reject champion.
Yep.
But usually there's a bit more to the card than just the two matches.
Yeah.
Like the two Elimination Chamber matches. There's usually title matches. There's usually pretty high stakes matches still. This one falls really flat.
Yeah.
Can you tell me how many title matches there are on this card?
One.
Incorrect.
None.
Zero. Precisely zero. No title matches whatsoever.
What's the point?
Okay,
cool.
So we're going to cover these in... this is going to be weird. So there's only 4 matches on the card.
Yes.
Now, we thought that would cull down the Royal Rumble length. That ended up being 4.5 hours still, with 1 hour and 20 minutes of filler.
Yeah.
How much filler do you think we're getting in Elimination Chamber?
I go 1 hour 30.
Obviously, the Elimination Chambers are long matches, but they're not as long as the Royal Rumble.
No.
Okay? With 2 other matches, one's a tag match, one's a one-on-one match.
Mm-hmm.
If this goes to 4 hours, I'm going to be really annoyed.
Yeah, same.
If I'm perfectly honest.
Fast forward.
So, the way that we usually do these, and I'm kind of doing it in the same sense, is that we do I cover the predictions, because Leanne is very influenced. So, I'll sort of run down as best I can, because there's not been much in the terms of build-up to any of these matches, really, when you think about it.
A little bit of background.
Of the matches, and then Leanne will give her prediction for the winner, as I will give my prediction for the winners, and then when it comes to our reactions video, Leanne will take point on that.
Whoop.
I always cover these in terms of least looking forward to most looking forward to. Because there's Elimination Chamber, much like the Royal Rumble match, much like the Survivor Series matches, the War Games, we'll be covering the non-featured matches first, in that order, so not looking forward to most looking forward to, and then the same with the Elimination Chamber matches.
Yes.
So let's hit the ground semi-jogging, I guess, and start with the first match on the card, one that I personally think is completely and utterly pointless. Tiffany Stratton teaming with Trish Stratus to take on Nia Jax and Candice LaRae.
Yep.
So I get the whole feud between Tiffany and Nia.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Tiffany cashed in on Nia Jax to win the title. When she had a rematch, Candice got involved because it looked like Tiffany was going to win it straight, and obviously that causes disqualification.
Mm-hmm.
But then Trish Stratus comes out for the save. Okay,
yeah.
Right, okay, cool. Right. Then the next week they announced there's Tiffany and Trish teaming up.
Yep. So here's my theory.
Why?
They started with Tiffy time, Trishy time, and went from there.
Stupid. That's stupid.
That's where they started.
So you've got all this talent in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
That you could team with Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah.
Okay. What do? Bring someone who's not actually a full-time wrestler involved in the company to team up with Tiffany Stratton.
Because you can't do a time.
All
name.
because. Well, another thing. The only reasoning is that she's from Toronto.
Yeah.
Well, what do you do? So are 100 million other people. Every many other people live in Toronto. I don't know how many people live in Toronto.
Lots.
But if you wanted to go down that route, have Trish Stratus as the special guest referee.
Mm-hmm.
Have Natalia team with Tiffany because she's from Canada too.
And not very happy with what she's...
And is a very active member of the roster. When I say active, I mean she's gainfully employed as a full-time member of the roster, even if she hasn't been seen on TV since, January?
She's been appearing
December?
in the background of stuff. But yeah, I find Natalia maybe overrated, but
But at least
she's around.
At least she's a member of the roster.
She's stuck with WWE through an awful lot.
Yep.
She deserves a bit of time, right?
Yeah. I really don't understand this decision. And yeah, a lot of people will be out there going, because she's from Toronto.
Yeah.
So what? You don't see other people going to another town like San Diego. Tiffany teams up with, who's from San Diego? Let's just chuck her in with that. But job done.
It's one thing bringing in like veterans for the Royal Rumble and stuff, but not for this.
This will probably be a one and done.
Yeah.
So you're literally taking money off of another competitor's plate, off of another superstar's plate, to pay someone who's not full-time employed by the company.
Very true.
I hate this.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. That's why it's my least looking forward to match.
That's a good reason.
Anything else you got to say with this one?
Nah.
Who you got winning?
The Time Sisters.
The Time Sisters.
Tiffany and Trishy.
So if Doctor Who's a Time Lord, I mean, I guess technically a female
lady.
can still be a Time Lord.
Yes.
Yeah. So the Time Lords are winning it.
Time Baroness.
The Time Baroness. I agree. Tiffy Time and Trishy Time, which is just awful, by the way.
Terrible.
They're going to win it. Otherwise, Tiffany's going to lose all the momentum running into WrestleMania.
It would ruin everything.
Whether or not Charlotte Flair comes out and gets involved somehow, or just comes out after the match, I don't know. She'll
probably just show up and then walk off.
But honestly, I couldn't care less about this match if I actually tried.
Fair enough.
And it's and people are like, but Trish Stratus is a legend, yes.
Yeah.
But she has no place in this match.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Next match we're going to cover is WWE attempting to be AEW.
Yes.
And it's going to be Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn in an unsanctioned match.
It's official. It's not
officially not official. It's officially unofficial.
I feel like they were sort of grappling a bit with how to announce it, weren't they?
Yeah, a little bit.
We can't sanction this, so we'll make it official that it is unsanctioned. Yeah. You're welcome.
So, I mean, this kind of just stinks of the same kind of thing they did in December with Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
Where Kevin Owens lost his match against Cody, and then he obviously package pile drivered him, and that caused a massive injury to Cody's neck and all this kind of crap. And then fast forward to Royal Rumble, they're having another match. Sami Zayn comes out, but he doesn't help Kevin Owens like Kevin Owens asked him to. He's just kind of there. He's concerned, obviously, because of Kevin Owens just taking a lot of bumps and whatnot. Doesn't get involved. KO loses the match, which we've covered on our Royal Rumble reaction. So if you do want to go and see that, just chuck that into your YouTube Google machine.
You know how searches work.
just click on that channel name and find Royal Rumble. It'll be in there. If you want the full rundown of Royal Rumble, that was only a month ago now. Can't believe it's gone so quick, actually. And then obviously he took exception to that. So when Sami Zayn fought CM Punk on Raw just after Royal Rumble for a contendership match for the Elimination Chamber. After that match, Kevin Owens comes out, package pile drive Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn's got all these injuries, which is why the match hasn't been made official. Sami Zayn comes out and he's like, I want the match, I want the match, I want the match. And Adam Pearce is like, no, you're not cleared. You're not cleared, it's not happening. Tell you what, it's unofficially unofficial. No, officially unofficial.
Officially unofficial.
Like,
unsanctioned.
And it's that now, I don't mind unsanctioned matches, and I don't mind the way they're going about this. But the problem I've got is WWE fans generally tend to mock AEW for the more violent side of matches that they have, including the lights out, including unsanctioned. But yet what's WWE doing?
Doing it.
Unsanctioned.
They're doing it.
On the other flip of that side of that coin as well then, is AEW going to go as hard as AEW does? Nope.
No, there's no way.
Nope.
They're not going to have any plastic bags.
Not by a long shot. Well, it's not even the plastic bags.
No, I know.
It's everything that AEW does to sort of push that boundary. WWE is too safe. Yeah. So an unsanctioned match could, if it's not done right, and I have every faith in Kevin Owens, because Kevin Owens is one of the best, and Sami Zayn is certainly a great as well, and they've known each other for so long, so they kind of know their limits, they know their restrictions and whatnot, that they could pull something out of the bag here.
Yes, they could.
But WWE will put the handcuffs on and say, you can't do that.
How much will Netflix let them do?
It's not Netflix. Not technically.
Oh yeah, because it's the
still
premium live
Peacock.
event.
It's still Peacock in the States.
It wouldn't be sanctioned by Netflix.
No.
Okay. So they got a little bit of more free reign potentially.
It's not even that. No, it's not even that though. WWE is
No.
still a PG product.
Yeah.
That's the catch of it. An unsanctioned match, you can call it whatever you want to, but if your program is PG, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
You know, and how far are they going to go? They're clearly not going to have glass, for example.
No.
Even if it's gimmick glass, that's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. They probably will do tax, but they'll probably both be wearing shirts.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be like that, and it'll just make it look like a kindergarten version of an unsanctioned match. Whereas AEW is going full balls out, like, let's go. What can we do to up the stakes on this?
Yeah.
You know? And that's the only problem I've got with this match, is that by making it unsanctioned, you're almost making it a parody.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to be pushing the boundaries so hard.
They'll be highlighting how potentially tame it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that chair shot across the back was brutal.
You do that in a normal match.
Yeah, I can tune into Raw and see that.
Yeah.
I can tune into SmackDown and see that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I wanted to see chair shots, I would just go back to on Netflix to watch WrestleMania from like 20 years ago or whatever.
Very true.
You know, or pull off some of my ECW DVDs.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the chair shots. It's about the whole mentality of the unsanctioned match and the whole mentality of I will do anything to beat the living hell out of you.
Yeah.
And I don't see that being a thing in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Because WWE will shackle the handcuffs onto both guys.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
No, I think you covered it.
I mean, the other thing as well is that a pile driver to injure someone, Penta's doing destroyers, but he and like he did that flipping one off of I think it was Kaiser's back to Pete Dunne.
Very true.
On Raw the last night, but he's not allowed to use his Penta driver.
Yeah, something isn't balancing.
Who you got?
It's actually quite hard because I feel like it's partly having an unsanctioned match should be like the top of the ramping it up, but it doesn't feel like either one of these guys winning is going to end it. So I'm finding it quite hard to decide who'll win because I think whatever happens, there's more to come.
Yeah, you've kind of backed yourself into a corner on this one.
Where do you go? Unless it's a Korea versus Korea match.
The only way
know.
you can top this would be something like Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
But what's worse, Hell in a Cell or unsanctioned?
I'd say
Hell in a
unsanctioned.
Cell is still a sanctioned match.
Because unsanctioned, it supposedly, if anything goes, should be the most extreme you can possibly go.
And Pierce even said himself that if something was to go wrong and you get really badly injured, WWE washes its hands of it.
Yeah. So
but in Hell in a Cell, that's not the case.
Unless something's going on that one of these guys is leaving, which I doubt.
Kevin Owens has apparently signed a new contract recently.
It doesn't feel like this is going to end it. And from that, I'm finding it quite hard to decide who winning would have the most compelling onward storyline.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to say Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
I don't have like a very good rationale behind it.
Have you got any rationale or is it just...
I think saying all of that, if Kevin Owens wins, Sami Zayn's more likely to back down than the other way round. If Sami wins, Kevin Owens is going to use that to fuel his paranoia potentially and ramp it up. I don't know. It's a bit of a wishy-washy one, but I'm not sure.
I agree with that. I think Sami's winning it and it'll just push Kevin over the edge even further and he's going to just go nuclear. But again, the problem is, where do you go from there?
Yeah. How do you escalate from anything
They've kind of taken Kevin with Cody from here to here, and then with Sami Zayn staying at the same level, but this is the top level. You can't... What Kevin Owens is doing right now, you can't really go any higher without being too intrusive on... I mean, we already saw him outside the family home.
Inside the family
stalking. No, he was outside filming it from outside, yeah. So outside...
You opened the cupboard door.
No, he was outside the window. Outside the family home without Sami Zayn knowing and all this kind of stuff, filming it through the window. But unless you, like, kidnap his wife and kids, there's no way you can get worse than that.
No.
And again, going back to AEW with Swerve going into Hangman Page's house, or Hangman Page burning Swerve's house to the ground.
Yeah.
WWE aren't going to go to that level.
Nah.
Because they're PG product.
And that's
so this swings straight back around to that unsanctioned thing just being a complete joke.
Yeah. I mean,
I hope I'm wrong.
On the face of it, this is going to be a great match.
I hope so. I hope so.
I think both these guys, they'll do what they can within the parameters, and I think they'll make it a great match. It's just the sort of the stuff around
unsanctioned
it.
parameters.
Yes.
The lack of parameters,
The
which are clearly
lack
still
of parameters.
parameters.
It's the stuff around it that makes it feel manufactured, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah. So out of the two non-Elimination Chamber matches, this is my most looking forward to because I think these guys will do their very best to put on a good show.
Not that there's much competition.
But I still don't think that this is a right choice. Yeah. They shouldn't have started off with the package Paldro and Sami Zayn. They should have started with the War of Words. They should have done a match. Kevin loses the match, then hits the package. You need to step it up in increments. You don't just go, right, okay, we're here. Boom, let's go. Full tilt, you know?
Push them into the deep end.
Yeah, exactly. Without water wings as well.
Yeah.
Cool. So that covers the non-Elimination Chamber matches. Mm-hmm. All two of them. So if you had to guess which Elimination Chamber match I was looking forward to the least, which one would it be?
Oh, the least is going to be the men's.
Correct. The next match we're covering is the men's Elimination Chamber match.
Because of two particular facts. Carry on.
So this sees John Cena, CM Punk, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Damien Priest, and Seth Rollins in the Elimination Chamber match. All vying for a chance to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania in the main event. So 5 of these guys qualified. Mm-hmm. 1 of them didn't. But when you're John Cena and you're a 16-time world champ,
fair enough.
It's
best for business.
Well, yeah, that's I guess what Triple H was what I said. Yeah, Mr. Levesque. And as Leanne's already said, 2 of the people in this match I couldn't give 2 bleeps about. Yeah. Because they're just toxic, they're disgusting, they're vile human beings. Pepsi Phil and I don't even know what to call the other one, the social media wannabe guy who thinks he's God's gift to wrestling when he's clearly not. All he's doing is stealing Hangman Adam Page's moveset.
True.
Every time Hangman Page does something new, guess who's doing it a couple of weeks later?
I didn't even clock that.
Mm-hmm. Buckshot Lariat, anyone? Hey, at least Hangman Page can land on his feet and not stumble. Just saying. So if you've never seen Elimination Chamber match before, the way this works is there's 6 men in the match, and obviously 6 women when we talk about the women's one as well. 4 of which are locked into 4 pods around the ring. 2 people start in the ring. They haven't actually put the official rules up. I believe it's 5 minutes for the first 2 people. Mm-hmm. Then one of the pods opens, and then at random. And then every 3 minutes, I think it is, the one other pod will open at random. And then obviously they'll go through, and it's elimination. So it's not first pinfall or submission. It goes down to the last person winning.
Yes.
So literally in that first 5 minutes, you could hit a lucky shot, eliminate the person, and then you would have to wait until that pod opens.
Catch your breath.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So that's kind of how it goes. It's obviously steel cables and chains and flooring and whatnot. There's some brutal moves that I've seen being done in some chamber matches before. I mean, sort of Brock jammed someone through one of the glass panels. His perspex, let's be perfectly honest.
Perspex honest.
It didn't break, because it's so flexible. Glass doesn't bend; it breaks.
Perspex.
Yeah, no, I got you. I was just ignoring it because it was awful. But then it's again, this is kind of like, it's one of the most vicious matches in WWE history, and to a point, it's one of the most dangerous.
Yeah.
Because some really bad stuff can go down if you're not careful.
There is a lot of risk.
The downside is Logan Paul isn't very careful a lot of the stuff he does.
It's interesting.
Let's be perfectly honest.
The thing that sort of every time there's an Elimination Chamber match, whenever we watch them, that you're always thinking, can they do something new with this? Because we've seen people going through, we've seen people climbing up and jumping off the pods. We've seen people locking people in the pods. Is there anything new that they can do with it? Or is it just going to be now rehashing the same
It's going to be rehashing
things? So it's like, they've gotten less interesting to me the more we've watched.
I think, if I remember rightly, don't quote me on this, but I want to say January 2005, New Year's Revolution was the first Elimination Chamber match. Mm-hmm. So this is 20 years old.
Yeah, that's a lot.
There used to be 1 per year until obviously the women's one was introduced. Mm-hmm. We've probably seen about 26 to 30, somewhere in that ballpark, Elimination Chamber matches. Yeah, but you're right.
But someone could surprise us. You
Yeah.
never know. But it is a bit.
The only other way you could really do anything is if you can get someone to handcuff someone in there or something.
Yeah.
Or smuggle some weapons in or something.
Or someone else gets in.
We've seen that too.
Like
No, we've seen that
seen
too.
An extra person.
We've seen that. When you think about it, right? When someone gets eliminated, what happens?
They open
the door opens to cart them out. And this brings me to my point of Logan Paul for the last 2 years has screwed people in the match.
Yeah, of course. I'd forgotten.
AJ Styles 2 years ago when he jumped in. I think it was AJ Styles. Was it AJ Styles? Or was it Seth Rollins? It might have been Seth Rollins, actually. I think it was Seth. Yeah. When he wasn't even in a part of the match.
No.
And he came in and he attacked Seth, who was Seth Rollins. And last year, he was in the match, got eliminated, didn't leave the cage, and screwed Randy Orton out of the win. Who's he going to screw this year?
Oh, who's going to screw him in revenge?
Yeah, well, Seth Rollins is in the match, so.
Maybe.
Obviously, we've had a back and forth with Logan Paul and CM Punk on Raw, but yawn, that was just snooze fest. That was just awful.
So many words.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre, Damien Priest, Seth Rollins, all could put on good matches in these. Yep. I'm pretty sure every one of those has been part of a Elimination Chamber match. Not entirely certain about Priest, actually, thinking about it. Cena's definitely been in them. Punk's definitely been in them. And obviously Paul's been in them. So I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure every one of these guys has been in the Chamber match.
Sure. Maybe
not Priest, because I don't remember that.
Can't remember.
I don't remember if he was in last year's, and this is a new notebook, so I haven't got last year's
one.
Can't even check. Yeah, have you got any final thoughts on this one?
I mean, even though it's going to be rehashing, they're usually fun. I'm probably going to get angry because of certain people, but hopefully there'll be some satisfying moments. Maybe. Yes, it'll be fun. It'll be all right.
$1 million question then. Who you got?
John Cena.
John Cena. Any particular reason?
Because this is his last one. But we know he said this about Royal Rumble.
Yes, he did. You did get close on that one.
And it would, at the back of my head, it's like it would be the ultimate troll if he just didn't get to WrestleMania at all. But I don't know. I feel
There's no way he's not having a match at Mania.
No, he'll have a match. But I don't know. Maybe they will do it as just a normal setup match in the end. But it's his last chance really to take on the champ. Yeah. So maybe. Yep.
So yeah, I'm going Cena.
Yeah.
Again, I think that having this final year of Cena and not having him climb the mountain and win certain things like this, particularly, he might not win at WrestleMania. Nope. You know, but
he'll have the match.
I think if he's having one last WrestleMania, he should be in the main event. You know, and I'm not a big Cena fan. I admire his drive, his passion, what he's done, but I'm not a big fan of his in-ring work. You know, he's nice as a person. He's a good person, but that's about all I got.
Yep.
My only thing that's kind of niggling in the back of my head is that for the last 2 years, Logan Paul has screwed people out of winning the Chamber.
Yes.
What if he screws John Cena out of the Chamber and that's Cena's final WrestleMania match? Logan Paul and John Cena.
It's like, ooh, but also,
yeah. Yeah. Because the problem I've got, right?
Yeah.
Is if Rollins wins, the build-up with him and Roman Reigns is null and void.
Yes.
Okay. Drew McIntyre, I don't think they're going to put against Cody Rhodes.
No, it doesn't seem like a good matchup.
Same with Damien Priest.
Yeah.
And I like Damien Priest. Damien Priest is one of my favorites. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
The only other person left, if it's Paul and Cena at WrestleMania, is CM Punk. I really don't see that. If anything, he's going to be involved in the Rollins-Reigns match. Yeah. Possibly making it a triple threat. Possibly.
Okay.
So it has to be Cena in this.
Has to be.
Has to be.
Logan Paul's not going to win. Please.
Speaking of Cody Rhodes as well, and there's another segment which we're just going to glance on very briefly here, and I'm going to throw out the different thing on there because this is just pointless. We're going to get another half hour sucked out of the PLE with The Rock turning up to see if he can get Cody to give him his soul. Like, what the hell is this crap? This is stupid.
So much time.
It's a PLE. It's half hour down the drain. 20 minutes of The Rock coming out and just going...
Can I note this down as filler on the reactions?
Abso-friggin-lutely. Abso-friggin-lutely, because it's not bell-to-bell in-ring match. And then 10 minutes for Cody Rhodes to come out and swerve on him and be like, no, I'm not going to give you my soul, Rock, blah, 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 blah.
And inhale really loudly every 3 words.
It's going to be awful. Why are they doing this instead of Raw or SmackDown after.
Yeah.
Raw and SmackDown are the ones where you really want to build up the story, where you can have talky bits and not really feel detrimental to a product. If this was still the pay-per-view days, and I was paying 25, 30 quid to see this, and I'm getting half hour of Rock and Cena and Cody in the ring just flapping their little gums, I'm going to be pissed.
They could do this really well on a press conference.
Like they did last year with the Bloodline Tree.
Yeah. It would work so well like that.
Yeah. Stop with the crap talking segments on PLEs.
We're here to see wrestling.
Revolution's going to really kill this. It's just going to destroy it. And we're still 2 weeks away from that. No, it's next weekend. Weekend after next. Okay, and that leads us on to the last match that we're going to cover on this is the Women's Elimination Chamber match.
Yes.
So for this we have Liv Morgan versus Alexa Bliss versus Bianca Belair versus Naomi versus Bayley versus Roxanne Perez from NXT. The winner of which will face Rhea Ripley, Mami, at WrestleMania for the Women's World Championship. All of these competed to gain their entry into the chamber, which is really cool. I don't know if there's much else really to say, to be honest. Bayley and Roxanne have had a bit of a feud. Bayley did go down to NXT with this triple threat on the last PLE. I can't remember what it's called. Vengeance Day, I think it was. Sure, she didn't win because she's not the champion, obviously. Bianca and Naomi did last night. Spoilers for Raw. If you don't want to see the spoilers from Raw last night, skip ahead. A little bit. Skip it back. Skip. Bianca and Naomi lost the tag championships to Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. You were on the edge of your seat on that. A fair play. There was a lot of false finishes in that match. And that was pretty good.
Did really well.
It was pretty good, and there's obviously this ongoing storyline with Bianca and Naomi thinking that Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez attacked Jade, but though there's this security footage. Jade's getting loaded into the ambulance. What must have been like 20, 30 minutes after the fact. And you've got Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez walking in the opposite direction on the other side of the parking lot.
Talk about jumping to conclusions.
What? Stupid. Absolutely stupid. That would never hold up in the court of law.
Why didn't the guy who showed the video? Oh my goodness! Nick Aldis. Why didn't he stop them from jumping to that conclusion and then attacking people?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I don't know.
He should have shown them the video in the first place. It's not conclusive.
Nope.
Anyway.
So, I mean, Liv and Raquel pretty much did say that they didn't do it.
Yeah, and we're pretty sure if they did do it, they would admit it freely.
They would have been like, "Oh yeah, we did it," because that's Judgment Day. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, this just feels a bit stupid.
Anyway.
I still get the feeling it was either Bianca or Naomi.
Yeah, same.
That attacked Jade. And I think we were talking about this, is that if it's Naomi, that's going to fall quite flat, because I don't think Naomi makes a good heel.
No.
Bianca needs a freshen up. She needs to cut that weave off. She needs to get rid of the ponytail shtick.
If it's by
she
Bianca,
needs to be the heel.
They could do some really interesting stuff with that.
Yeah. Bianca felt threatened by Jade. Felt she was going to get outshadowed. Took her out. Got Naomi into the tag champ because she's clearly better than Naomi. Naomi gets the hump on, starts having matches with Bianca. Jade comes back, starts having matches with Bianca. You've got so much more build up. Naomi did it. I'll give you the tag title. Beats her down. Oh, that's it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And since Naomi's the one who got pinned to lose the titles, that gives Bianca potentially fuel to get mad and maybe let slip that somehow she's the one who did it.
Yeah.
Or Jade to come back mad that Naomi lost the titles, but also mad because she knows.
Yeah. So this is kind of what I was thinking here, is could Jade potentially show up during Chamber?
I was wondering that.
And then just kind of go, right, I know who attacked me. It was Bianca.
Just take her out
just for example's sake. Just walk in the cage, go with a mic. Yep, I know it was you. Boom, hit her, get her pinned, job done, you know? And then that leads to Bianca versus Jade at Mania.
Yeah.
Or something to that effect. But obviously we're jumping the gun in that sense, is that we're estimating that Bianca might get taken out of the match, but you know, it is what it is.
Leads to
I mean, the downside of this is that I haven't got anything else to say.
No.
I'm surprised there hasn't been a 6-man and 6-woman tag match with 3 versus 3.
Yeah, they quite often do stuff like that. So then you get a bit of a better view of how the stories are intermingling and everything. So you got Alexa Bliss in here, who, apart from winning the qualifying match, hasn't really got anything going on with anyone.
Wow.
She's got her own stuff.
We're getting the Wyatt 6 kind of teasers there.
Yeah, Wyatt 6 teasers. Is that going to come into play here? Maybe too soon. Maybe a couple flashes.
Imagine if they could somehow, I don't know how they would pull this off, actually. Maybe some sort of trap door in the flooring of the cage. Like, have the lights go out and then come back up and Nikki Cross is in the ring, but the cage is still locked down.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how you would get away with doing that.
Could they put a swing in one of the pods for Alexa?
That'd be cool.
Nice.
That'd be cool. I like that. Yeah, I really like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really annoyed that they did put Naomi and Bianca in this match. Again, they just keep relying and actually saying that I did read a news report actually, early mid to late last week, that a lot of the women in the WWE locker room are feeling very down with morale.
Yeah.
Because they keep pushing the same people all the time. So you'll have, for example's sake,
Charlotte Flair. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fair point. But for example's sake, you'll have, let's say, let's take Charlotte Flair, for example, right? In the main event.
Yeah.
Okay? When she's not in the main event, she's still prevalent. If she's not chasing the title, she's still prevalent in the storylines, in that mid-card title.
Yeah.
So now that we've got the Women's United States Championship and the United Intercontinental Championships, if she is to sort of fail at WrestleMania, she might decide to go for the United States title instead.
Yeah.
It's always that same people, be it Becky Lynch, Charlotte Flair, Bayley. And the Bayley's great, don't get me wrong, I really like Bayley, but she's still always present. Bianca Belair. You know, it's always the same people they're resting their laurels on. You got Michin, you got B-Fab. Tiffany Stratton has been pushed up, but that's because they clearly see her as the next Charlotte Flair. But you don't want that. You don't want Tiffany Stratton coming in and going, I'm the next Charlotte Flair. You wanted to come in going, I'm Tiffany Stratton, I'm my own thing.
Yeah.
But they're not doing that. They're driving it into the storyline even. You're the next Charlotte Flair. And it's like, oh, for God's sake, seriously? Really? Yeah. And then Nia Jax loses title, back in the match.
Yeah.
Loses, straight back in there again. And it's like, for God's sake, what's going on? They really need to start building more people up.
Yeah,
and again, AEW gets flack for this, but they've had all kinds of people taking on Mariah May. They've had all kinds of people taking on Mercedes Moné. Holly Cameron fought Mercedes Moné in Australia a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. They're
trying to build characters. They're trying to build stars, where WWE just going, John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. Let's just stick them all in there all the time. Great, awesome, yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, great. And then letting the little guys go because they haven't got anything to do with them. They haven't got anything to do with them because they're not doing anything with them.
So you know, I'll tell you this after off camera, which is probably not a thing on this.
Okay.
But, anything else you got about this women's chamber match?
Not really. It could be a good match. Like I say, there's a lot of things that could happen. We'll have to wait and see. The big question is more tricky because I have no idea who's going to win this match.
And that's the next question. Who's going to win?
I have
Who have you got?
no idea. I think
pick someone.
It might be. Oh, okay. Who are they facing at WrestleMania? Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley.
I do not want it to be Liv in that case.
No.
It's too many times. Not Liv. No one else kind of works. It's very tricky.
It is.
I honestly don't know. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna go completely off the wall.
You go for Roxanne.
I'm gonna go Naomi. Add fuel to that fire.
Okay.
If she wins and somehow, and she's the one to eliminate Bianca, for example, fuel to the fire, maybe something comes out of it. It's completely off the wall because I have no idea, but it's something in my head that's like, if that happened, it could spark some stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know about Naomi versus Rhea, but
she'll get decimated.
Yeah, but that's something we'll get to later, maybe.
Much like you were saying, there's only saying that I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot. Bayley could take on Rhea, but I don't think that's gonna be the case.
It doesn't quite seem
Liv
to fit.
Morgan, I don't want to see it again because we've had it like 14 times this year already.
Yep.
Or at least it feels that way. I think the downside is that if WWE are going to go with a safe option, we already know who that is. Bianca.
Yeah.
Right? That's the safe option.
Yeah.
But
I can't see that either,
and that's kind of what I think they will do.
Okay.
So I'm...
You're going to go for it?
No.
Begrudgingly?
No, I'm
Yeah.
I'm putting this out there because I don't want it to be Bianca.
Yeah.
And I'm so adamant that I don't want it to be Bianca. I'm going for Alexa Bliss.
Go for your
Screw
girl.
it. I'm
yes.
going for my gal. She's just come back.
Yeah.
She looks amazing. She's in great shape in the ring again. And I just really want to see her back on top.
I feel like her versus Rhea could actually be really interesting.
I think it could be really, really interesting.
So I'm happy with that pick from you.
But I do still think they're probably going to go with Bianca.
Probably Bianca.
Yeah. Probably. And that sucks.
Yeah.
Because again, it's always Bianca.
The same person all the time.
Always. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so that leads us down to the next question then. So that's our final thoughts. As a whole on this PLE,
it could be good. It's going to be so filler heavy that...
Oh yeah, it's going to be so filler heavy.
I'm going to be falling asleep.
Yeah, it's going to be ridiculously heavy. What's your least looking forward to match?
The women's match.
Women's tag match?
Tiffany and Trish.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Trishy's time?
Trishy time.
No, it doesn't even work.
Tiffany time, Trishy time.
I can't merge Tiffany and Trish into one word.
Exactly. So that's why it's the time...
Oh god, they both... Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus.
That's another reason they did it. Because they sound the same.
Stupid.
So the Time Baronesses.
Stupid. Absolutely stupid.
It's terrible. It's so bad. It's okay.
Most looking forward to?
It's hard. I'm probably... I don't know.
This one is tough.
I think I'm going to go with a hopeful heart. Women's Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential, and it doesn't feature two people I will not name again.
Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. That one too. So I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's probably got the most potential. Unless I really hate to take away from... I mean, like I said, I'm not the biggest Cena fan. I don't like his in-ring work.
No.
And that's not to take away from Drew, Priest, or Rollins, because they're all great talents.
But they've got some heavyweights dragging them down.
But you've got Cena, who's clearly at the end of his days.
Yeah.
In terms of in-ring.
And admitted it.
You've got Punk, who had one match back and tore his arm.
Yeah.
Who won the AEW title on 2 separate occasions and injured himself the very next wrestling match he had.
He's a liability.
He's Fragile Phil. And then the other guy.
Yeah.
It's Women's Chamber, just because I think it's got a lot more potential, especially if they do pull the trigger with Jade coming back.
Yeah.
And
Could
ready
be
for
really
WrestleMania.
cool.
But
She'd get a hell of a pop.
She would. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Takes away then.
So next up is AEW Rev.
Well, no, we have reaction to this first.
Oh yeah, reactions to this first. Getting ahead of
Jumping
myself.
the gun a bit there.
Which we should have with you
Sunday. If not Sunday, it'll be Monday, but I'm pretty sure we can get it done
Pretty
Sunday.
sure we'll do Sunday.
We've got some family stuff on the weekend, so
We'll
see.
So keep an eye out for that. After that is AEW Revolution.
Correct.
Which is the weekend after, so it's busy times.
So we'll have predictions next week. Unfortunately, AEW seem to be putting all their pay-per-views back to Sundays.
Boo.
Which is a pain in the ass for us
Some of
because
us
we work on Mondays.
Thank you very much. But there we go. That'll be like Tuesday.
That's a future us problem.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you so much. Please like this video if you liked it, and remember to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we drop new videos. Follow us on our socials. Our link tree's in the description below, which will take you to Facebook, Instagram, and X. You can talk to us there or talk to us in the comments. Let us know if you've got other predictions. Do you think someone else attacked Jade? Who could it be? Love the charades going on. So that is about it. And until next time, don't get locked in the Elimination Chamber.
I mean, that'd be tough because they'd probably skewer to be on you quicker than a hiccup.
They would, so don't do it. Bye!
Bullet Club.